Is that your phone?
Mm-hmm. Hey guys, this is the Lambros here. Those are some words you never thought you'd hear.
Hello. You can go ahead and lock.
Yeah. So it's already unlocked.
Lock.
Oh. Yeah. So
I'm eating an apple right now.
I'm
Fun fact.
eating Fun Dip right now.
This is my third apple of the day.
An apple a day keeps the doctors away, everyone. That is your message from the Lambros. Now this is Anything Gaming and
Ben Tennyson won.
signing off. In all seriousness though,
We're finally doing season 3. Finally.
yeah.
The Rock has come home.
We were thinking for a long time on how to do this. We knew what game we were going to do, but due to Ben not having as much experience with Double Dash, we were trying to hold off till he could get a full representation of the game as a whole, which we finally feel like he's at the point where he can on it. We thought about doing another Mario Kart 8 season, but no, we wanted to deliver what we promised, and so now we're here. How long's it been?
It's October or something. So
6 months, and then this is the start of the 7th. I'm sorry, guys. Hopefully our uploads will be consistent enough that we can be forgiven for that. Granted, my uploads as a whole haven't been very consistent. However,
neither of mine. I've fallen off.
This summer and beyond, I will be on 10 times as much as I have for like all of this year. And that's going into next school year. So let's start with the grades.
Well, obviously, we're doing Baby Park as our first course here.
I put that in the
episode 1.
So
I said obviously.
Yeah, you start us off.
So if you need a refresher, the first category is appearance, and I gave this course a 4 out of 5 in appearance, and it's because of the background. The background looks phenomenal. The coaster going over the track. Something about the 8 version that I mentioned was since the 8 version, this isn't the 8 version, but since the 8 version has the anti-gravity thing, it would have been cool if they flipped like the second half of this track upside down, but they didn't do that. But that I'm not going to count that off for this one.
We'll talk about that in like the 8 version in general whenever we get to like the closer.
But yeah, look at that Ferris wheel. They have the dog from Yoshi's Island back there somewhere. If you can spot him, there he is.
Yeah, a Koopa Troopa.
Yeah.
Maze. Something.
It's just a whole theme park. It's a living, breathing theme park. And it's redone in 8, right? It looks different, doesn't it?
Yeah, like it pops out a lot more. Like, for instance, I'm just going to show you over here Bowser's ship. You know, it doesn't really pop out. It doesn't.
There's a statue of Yoshi, I'm pretty sure. It's insane. So, appearance really handed to the background for this track for me.
I also gave it a 4. I mean, you know, from the fact that the two of us do theme park bros, we love our theme parks. And so I'm glad that we were able to get a theme park track in Mario Kart sooner than later. And I feel that it's very cool that we were able to get it. Do you want to move on to fairness?
Yes. Okay. So, for fairness, I gave it a 3 out of 5. The track itself isn't unfair, but when you're racing with other people, or CPUs or something, since you're all pretty clumped together, items just go everywhere, which is either makes this track really beloved for a lot of people or really hated. by some. And that's why, like, there's no place to really evade any attacks. I mean, but it it does cause for some intense races. So I'm gonna
This
give
is
it
a
3 out of 5.
This is a friendship ruiner, is what he's saying.
Yeah, there's no places to like evade items or anything. You're gonna get hit by something if you play in Baby Park. Is what I'm trying to say.
Unless you're like insanely good.
And it has 7 laps, and I think that makes it a little bit more fair.
Since it is so short.
So yeah. Is that what you put?
For fairness, I also put a 3 because it would get a 5 if it didn't have that tendency of items. And if it was just that and like the track wasn't as fair as it was design wise, I'd probably have given it a 1. This course is like the difference between concept and execution at its finest. Layout. Do you want to start us off?
Okay. Layout. For me, this is a pretty obvious one. I mean,
it's a loop.
It's your standard oval racing track. Doesn't necessarily make it bad, but in terms of a layout, it's not creative. It's not up
Good.
to par with the rest of the tracks in the game in terms of how interesting it is. Doesn't necessarily mean it's bad though, because this is that classic oval, like we said. Just because it got a 1 doesn't mean it's like
a bad track
at all. No, it does. I mean,
it's one of our favorites.
If like Grumble Volcano got a 1 in layout, I don't think it did, but if it got a 1, it would still be a bad track because Grumble Volcano is just a bad track, and sometimes layouts can be unfair and stuff. But this is a classic layout. It's just not interesting enough, which is why it scores so low.
Season 4, expect the return of Grumble Volcano 8 version.
Doing brand new courses from 8. Also, what did you give the layout?
Also 1. It's obvious. It's like we said, it's a loop. It's nothing but a loop. It changed it a little in 8 with the grass patches, which allows you to be a little more thoughtful with where you use mushrooms and such, but not enough to make it a genuine difference.
And real quick, before we keep going with this review, I just want to say the initials he's racing with, NCA, are going to be for our new group channel, No Casuals Allowed, featuring me.
What just happened?
Oh yeah, that can happen. Featuring me, Ben Tennyson 1, Animethan Gaming, and the Nerd Sheep.
Grimace Kid.
And the Nerd Sheep.
And Carl Sagan.
I wish. But expect
Bob Ross.
Yes.
Expect Bob Ross to
No,
show
expect that channel soon. Expect some uploads. Unless something happens. We're about to go on summer vacation. We'll have time. So
how long do we have? 6 weeks?
2 months almost. So,
and during that time, we'll be able to upload more because there's a certain thing that is finally winding down, which the 2 of us have had to deal with this year. Next up, co-op potential.
I bet you start us off with some.
I think this is an obvious 5. Due to the items, which gave it a discount in fairness, it's the pull of this track is that it is so chaotic, and you'll never race here on a similar race at the same time.
Well, I gave it a 5 as well in co-op. Again, you can end up really hating your friends or having a really close race, or I mean, even online in 8, which this track is basically the same on 8.
Well, except for the fact that it's in all anti-gravity.
Well, that just makes it.
We'll get into that in the.
Well, I still
Other
don't think it's
thoughts?
more chaotic than this game, just because this is Double Dash. But anyway,
Which you guys will hear about some more on different tracks of this game.
But yeah, 5 out of 5. Would rate this co-op. Play with your friends. You're gonna end up hating each other. It's gonna be a fun time.
Unless you're on a car together, in which case you're gonna become like best friends.
One of you is gonna be punching other CPUs and stuff, or other friends playing.
If we do no, that track's from this cup. Since we're in our mushroom cup, just tell them about like your main punching story with Waluigi.
Oh, every time I punch, I scream Waluigi.
And when you do that one time on Luigi Circuit,
basically I YOLO punched and
sent us flying off the track.
Yep.
Which didn't you also do that in Rainbow Road? Like
Yes.
while we were trying to get a Grand Prix.
Did it everywhere.
Yeah, this game was not fun to play through just for that reason. Not to mention,
if you guys have the power to, do that trick where you can like hook up enough controllers to like enough TVs, and enough game keys to where it's 12 players. But then you play 2-player with each player, so you have 24 people on Baby Park.
Oh my god!
Insane.
Can you do that?
I'm pretty sure. If not 24, you can at least have 12.
I know you can have 12. Well, anyway, that's a debate for another day. What's your total score?
My total score is a 3.75 out of 5. And I didn't want to give it a 3 because I thought it would be too low, but I didn't want to give it a 4 because I thought that'd be too high.
I was at that same spot. But
I really do like this course. I mean, the background fits it, obviously. Looks like a living, breathing theme park. The layout, even though I rated it low, it still makes for insane races.
it's functional.
It's simple. And obviously the co-op potential and is fantastic. But just for the fairness factor, like it's kind of fair, but like sometimes it's not. And like I mean, if you've played this track, so I couldn't quite give it a 4 just because of some of the unfair things that can happen here. Just because everybody's clumped together, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter what place you're in, you're still going to be clumped together with everybody. Your items are still going to hit everybody. And that is why I gave it a 3.75 out of 5.
I gave it a 4 for the same reasons, and I just decided that like even 3.5 was just too low for it, so I went with a 4. But basically all the same points. Next time on the Lambros, we'll be reviewing a flower cup track. What will it be?
Find out
On the next episode of Lambros. Hint, it's not this one.
Nope.
So let's just go ahead and plug your channel.
My channel is Ben Tennyson 1 Gaming. Go check it out. Going to start doing some short little Mario Maker courses with some ghetto recording. It's fun time. Already have episode 1 up. Trying to get back into the recording game. Probably going to get back into the streaming game soon. And yeah, going to be a fun time.
Also, we're at his house right now, which is why my camera setup is not its usual thing. This was kind of, camera-wise, one of my more ghetto recordings, so I apologize for that. Check us both out on the No Capsules Allowed channel soon, featuring the Nerd Sheep.
And go check out the Nerd Sheep channel.
Yeah.
Go check out the Nerd Sheep
He
channel.
uploads way more than both of us.
He has like the best streams, man.
Yeah.
They're awesome. They're funny. He's a funny dude.
And check out the chat. You never know when there.
Yep.
And when we do. Oh boy. So this is Anything Gaming.
And Ben Tennyson won gaming.
Eating apples and signing out.
I'm almost done.